Sveiki, prisijungę į pirmąjį Pašnekesiai Bangos epizodą. Šiandien esame Urban Hub Vilnius pastate, patalpose, kur netrukus bus Banga Ramp Park. Matote mūsų fone kylančias rampas. Šiandien kalbėsim apie šį kylantį parką, apie mūsų Lietuvos bendruomenę, apie ekstremalų sportą, apie šiek tiek palieksim istoriją. Šiame epizode kalbėsim angliškai, nes mūsų svečiai yra iš užsienio. Tai šio Banga Ramp Park statytojai, tai yra Kalvis Lazdins, Kristina Gečienė ir Jamie Clegg. Tai va, netrukus pristatys mano svečiai patys. Ir galim pradėti mūsų pirmąjį epizodą. So guys, thank you for being here. Yeah, it's a pleasure. We're gonna talk about things, and would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Kalvis. I'm a BMX rider representing FourOneFour Skateparks, building the ramps. Mostly, we design and build the ramps all over the world.
Awesome.
Okay, my name is Kristina. I'm Lithuania Scootering Federation mama, president, taking care of the scootering here in Lithuania. So basically, I'm not a rider, not a BMX rider, but I'm very into the sport. I'm trying to grow that sport and support more riders as we can. So very thankful to Martinas that we have this place, we have these ramps, so I see the big future ahead. So thank you.
Okay, I'm Jamie from the UK. Been building ramps since I was a wee boy, probably 35 years. I work with FourOneFour Skateparks. I'm very lucky to do that, one of the best in the world. And I'm really enjoying this build. It's one of the nicest builds I've been on for a long time.
Awesome. Yeah, and I'm Martynas Martinkevičius. I'm the founder and the creator of Banga Ramp Park. I'm also co-founder and chairman of Extreme Sports Association of Cycling. Yeah, and I know these guys for some time. I know Kalvis from many other projects, right? We pretty much started with another project and moved into this. Right, I know Kristina from the very start. I think she started her business with local sports, and we talked about her how to establish scootering federation, and I'm really happy how you do, how you work with the community of scooters, and because you have a lot of kids on your hands, and you're managing them perfectly. I'm very happy.
That's why I'm saying I'm a mama.
Yeah, exactly. And I just met Jamie last week. Yeah, he came to work for the Banga and with FourOneFour. And I instantly loved the guy.
Oh, that's kind.
We spent the summer solstice together, really nice. And you have probably the biggest history here of all of us. Not probably, but you have, and you've been with many amazing riders, skateboarders. You've been a really cool skateboarder yourself, and
Used to be,
yeah.
Retired now.
And built a lot of skate parks, right? And could you a little bit talk about your history with the sport and extreme sports in general?
Well, started skateboarding in '88 when people were just talking about how to get the board off the ground, the ollie, So I've seen skateboarding grow over the years and become what it is today, from the board changes to from vert skateboarding to street skateboarding, and then vert skateboarding becoming popular again. I've witnessed the birth of rollerblading suddenly appear. I remember when scooters first came out, we sold them in a shop that I used to run. They were Razor scooters. I don't know if you remember those, a long time ago. I built a mini ramp when I was 15, told my mother it wouldn't take up much space in the garden, and then I took over the entire garden and had this mini ramp, and then every weekend we would have God knows how many people turning up, people I didn't even know would just knock on the door and say, "Can we ride your ramp, please?" And then I ended up with lots and lots of friends that have been friends for life because of that. And then from that day on, I realised I was quite handy with my hands and building ramps. I didn't get into ramp build. Well, I built a skate park in '96, which sadly closed down recently. And then there was a bit of a gap, and then I started rebuilding again in probably about 2008 onwards, and I've been building skate parks ever since with the likes of. I was with another company before, but when I joined 414 after seeing what they did, I was like, this is the company I want to work for. So and here I am now, and I've been learning as I go as well. I didn't, it's always a learning curve. Pardon the pun.
Awesome, awesome. How do you think skate parks changed over the years? Right,
they got bigger. I don't mean the building, but ramps. Not necessarily for skateboarders. To keep a skateboarder happy, you can just give them a curb or a manual pad. But as far as BMX and the introduction of scooters, the ramps needed to get bigger. The tricks were getting bigger, the height, everything. So the ramps just started to grow and grow and grow. And I witnessed that in Adrenaline Alley when we built the professional section called the Warehouse, and it was just gigantic. It was frightening to build as well. But now when you see the parks around the world, with the Worlds going on and the Olympic courses, so much bigger, and the tricks that kids are doing and adults are doing, we'd never dreamed of years ago, because the ramps weren't there either. You couldn't have done the tricks back then. Right. So the sports have grown, the parks have grown, the designers have worked with the users and grown from there. Really, it's incredible.
Yeah, you've been in the high curve of the sport, right?
The transition.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been in the ramps and you're seeing the transition itself. Yeah. Awesome. Kalvis, I know we talked about your story. You told me about it a little bit, right? How you dropped everything, traveled to UK just to ride bikes, got to know 414, started working as a ramp builder, and now you're part of Latvian BMX team, riding bikes, have started your own family, right? Having a kid now. Could you talk a little bit about all of this process, how you became a ramp builder, now a really important person in 414 Skateparks, and managed all this park, and also managing your life as a BMX rider and a father?
Yeah, I come from Latvia. I'm pretty much neighbors, living close here. And before I went to UK, there was another 8 years, or I started to ride around when I was age of 15. I instantly fell in love with the sport, and I was more enthusiastic at that time, and I was building ramps before and did it for free. And I would build water jumps, dirts. I would not go to school to go and dig dirt jumps, and I would build the first indoor skatepark in my city. And just spending all my life as long as I could in the skatepark, just go home to eat a little bit and sleep. And then around 2016, I just left everything, all my friends, all my stuff, just took one bag and bike and went to Adrenaline Alley, because I thought that's a place where you can skyrocket your skills and become a professional BMX rider, actually try and make a living out from it. Because before I didn't believe it, and we didn't have parks like these, or safe learning spots, or we would just try to learn backflip in the beach sand or something like that, doing something crazy. Nowadays you have foam pits and resis, and Adrenaline Alley had everything. So I just thought, yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna go there and see how I can make it work. So I traveled to UK and then tried to find a job just to make living and ride park every day. And somebody told me there's this FourOneFour Skateparks exactly at Jamie Clegg Skatepark. So I went to meet the boss, Sean, and he was like, I prepared a CV on 7 pages, and he didn't care. He was just like, yeah, you can paint sheets. So I was so happy. I just painted sheets and ride it in the evening in the Jamie Clegg Skatepark, and then I started to build with them.
Can I just say, I remember meeting Kalvis on that build, and he was the most focused person, the most determined person of everyone there. It was like, hey, how you doing? He's, yeah, I'm Kalvis from Latvia, but I'm busy.
Yeah. When I met you, I instantly felt like trust, trust in the process, that you are really responsible and doing everything to detail,
Yeah, I like details. So yeah, I just started to build ramps. I bought some tools, never did carpentry before or anything like that. And then I built the ramps for a couple of years with FourOneFour, just riding every day. I joined in LA, going to comps, traveling the world, and I was absolutely happy. And then I got bored a little bit of just building, and I started to learn the computer softwares and started to learn to design, and then slowly I get into the office, started to manage projects, create new products, because FourOneFour is doing a lot of stuff, not just we design parks, we build parks, we have an online shop where we sell products. You can just order a mini ramp to your garden, it's delivered to your doors, and you just assemble it. And we hire ramps, and I started to be involved in more and more in managing the projects and creating designs, and then slowly I got basically end up just in the office most of the time, helping to manage all this crazy stuff and designing ramps. Yeah.
That makes the best designer as well, someone who knows when they're designing how they're going to build it.
Yeah, I went through all the phases. Plus, the biggest bonus of it all is I'm still currently riding, and I had an injury a year ago, and I didn't ride for a year now. But I'm still on the level where I can ride these parks and do all these tricks. And I traveled to all the world champs and FIS competitions, and I know how the ramps have grown and how they feel. And that helps me to understand better what the riders need. What is the purpose?
That's super important.
Yeah, and there's not many people around the world that are still riding, knows how to build and design. So that gives me a better understanding how to put it all together.
You can totally tell the difference when someone's designed a pump track or something that has had no input by users.
Yeah.
And. It's why I don't design skate parks, because I'm not a very good skateboarder anymore. I got too old. So you leave it to the younger people who can say, we need this, and this. Okay, I can make that for you. But luckily he rides amazingly and knows the size of the transitions.
Yeah, I rode with Kalvis, and I can confirm that he rides amazingly. Also saw a video of you taking second place in Latvian championship?
Yeah, there was, I don't know, not last year, it was the year before.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas was first from our team, and then me second. Thomas, he's building with us the park as well. We lived with him together in UK for 5 years, and that was like a super camp, because we lived exactly next to Adrenaline, so we were riding every single day, maybe not Sundays, but 6 days a week we were riding every day for 4 years at least, and riding all those parks and traveling around, and that gave me the opportunity to be on top back home or somewhere here when I come and be part of Latvian team.
Awesome. Sounds like a life, chasing a dream and now living a dream.
Yeah, that was my 10 years ago. I wouldn't imagine anything like that. I would look at videos on YouTube with the Alex Colborn or Mark Webb or some of those idols of mine, and then I would just wake up in living neighbors with them and riding sessions with them, and that is definitely living a dream to be able to
Cool.
be part of this all.
Yeah, happy to have you here, really.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and Kristina, so, you know, when all these scooters came into popularity, we're riding bikes and skateboards, and suddenly, you know, all these kids with scooters came into the skate parks, take over the world, you know, we don't longer have any space to ride, you know, and they had no understanding of the culture of the skate park, anything, you know, they don't know when to drop in, they don't look around, right? It's crazy. We started riding. I understand, you know, and it got popular so quickly, you know, and we're really worried that there was no person really to take care of that culture, you know, to move them into right direction, to educate them, to sponsor them, to really make them into athletes or enthusiasts, sportsmen that we aim to be, right? And
Yes.
And then you came, right? And I was so happy when I when I saw your really. You were really dedicated, you know, you're coming to the skate park, working with all the kids, teaching them, you know, to act nice, not only to ride well, you know, not only to motivate, but not using curse words and stuff like that. And you're really shaping Lithuania's scooter
For any
culture.
bad word, you have to do 5 push-ups. So in the park, if I hear it, so they do it. So.
Wow.
Yeah, and that works. Even without you, I was riding in new Fabioniškių skate park, and the guys were making them do the push-ups, even without you controlling them, right? So it works, it's amazing, and I can see how, you know, it's already changing from being just a group of uncoordinated kids to really being part of the whole culture of skate parks and extreme sports.
Yeah, so maybe I can share a little bit from the beginning how we started. So basically, we started with the e-shop, then we moved to our local sporters official shop, but we didn't want to be just a shop. So we saw the culture in the Europe, and we saw that, you know, if we want to grow that community, if we want to be more involved in this, and it's amazing, I love it. So our idea is to do it in our way, to use the best examples from the Europe and to do something with this, because before we had some shops, but there was no, as you said, dedicated person who is going to manage it. So step by step we started to grow our team, then we started to travel in other countries, in Latvia, in a sport center, you know, that these kids could ride and get better skills. So as you said, in Lithuania we had problems with the parks. More parks is like plaza or more specific parks for street riders. And for now, as I see all the scootering community progress, I see that more and more we have park scooter riders. So that's why we need this ramps and bigger ramps to get these skills. If you want to go to the world competitions, Europe competitions, you have to have this amazing place where they can practice and get that understanding about the ramps, about the sizes, the tricks and everything, combine I don't know, rides. So it's very, very important. So when we travel to the Extreme Barcelona competition last year, we've been in Madrid in the World Skate Championship. So we saw the huge ramps, and you know, our kids, they come on a big ramp and they're scared to go, they're scared to ride. So it's really very, very amazing place. It's amazing Martina's idea. I believe that we're going to grow champions. BMX and skateboards is already in Olympics, so we, as a Scootering, we very waiting, and I don't know when, but I hope so soon. So this idea is to grow this community, grow not as a sport, just like to meet in the small groups, to have some rides, some fun, but from professional way to see this scootering part that they have specific tricks, they have specific runs. If they want to go to the competition, so they need to have the place where to be. So this is how we came to this. We do a lot of things with the kids. We travel to different cities. We meet at the skate parks. This weekend I went to St. Jonas. I don't know if you celebrate this in UK. We celebrate this in Lithuania. I believe in Latvia too. But
we don't celebrate it though. Yeah. But there is parades going on and stuff, but there's not a party.
Yeah, so my problem is that, if I go somewhere, I always checking where is the skate park, where is the new skate park, let's go to see some kids, let's travel, let's talk to them, let's get some feedback about the park, and it's really very important. So when you are close to these kids, when you hear them problems, then you can communicate to Martinas, then you can go and communicate to Vilnius government sector, to share some feedbacks, what we need, what is the need from the kids, not from me. I'm just a person who can just direct some things, but without feedbacks, we don't know what to do. When we have the feedback, we can do something. So this is how I got close to the kids, and I care, and I want to do more. And I think with Martinas, we found these same goals in this sport. It doesn't matter scootering, skateboarding, or BMX. As I said, we all one community, extreme sport community. We can't divide like street rider, park rider. They all riders. They come to ride. So this is how I see the sport. This is, I believe, Martina see same way the sport. And I'm very, very happy. The things what is going here, the guys who do amazing work. It's crazy. It's as riders say, epic. Sick.
Sick.
Yeah, and that's why we're here, right? In this rising Banga Park. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about how this all came to be. I'm a rider for about 15 years with gaps, but history comes from when I was 13 or 14, and I always dreamed to having my own skate park, my own maybe skate shop, something like that. At that time it was pretty unpopular, it was weird if the direction is this I really want to take. I went to pedagogy studies because I always thought about the education, and I really loved working with people, and thought that growth and education was one of the most important parts in society. And I always loved riding bikes, when I was a little bit older, I realized that there's no association taking care of cycling sports, BMX, mountain bikes, and there were we had already competitions and established community, but they were not really governed by any principles, rules, anything. So I really wanted to create an association, which I managed to do with my two other friends. And we just, what the plan was to get the BMX freestyle to higher level in Lithuania. We established a judging system at the beginning to all the existing competitions. Then I worked with federation to make a first national championship. Our sport, our guys would have a first license, of rider license. They never had it. And I know some of the riders really desired that kind of pathway. There's always majority of street riders in our country, But there were park riders who wanted to go abroad with their own license, with their own scores, to compete with the whole world, right? And I really wanted to reach that level. And we worked hard, and in the process, a BMX association, now BMX LTU, was established. David Butko, Kalvis Lazdins is good friends of mine, right? We joined hands. I said, guys, yes, finally, we have a real dedicated, because I'm overall a neutral guy to all the sports, especially biking, because I'm a rider myself. But I just wanted to help raise the level. And I said, guys, yeah, you're dedicated BMX riders. Let's do it together. So we created a national championship, right? In 1 year after that championship, I saw how all BMX community got together. Even though the championship was park-based, even the street guys were already like, we got together. It was not a separation event, but get-together event. And after a year happening a second event, 2023, it was a second red championship. I saw a level of the riders rise so much just by one event. You know, it was a money prize. It was a points, international points that you get 200 for winning it. It's already matters. You're already almost in top 100 in the world just by winning this national Lithuania championship. It was amazing, you know, to see how the culture grew from it. Last year we had we formed the Lithuania BMX team, right? We went to European Championship, then World Championship, then our champion Martynas Lagauskas went to China World Cup, which was unthinkable before. To think that our rider would get sponsored by the government, by federation, to travel so far just to ride bikes. It was unthinkable, and now it's possible. And while all doing this, I realized that when we come to a World Cup, you know, the ramps are huge, park's amazing, but we cannot ride it. If I would put it in other terms, it would be like basketball team would train all the time, you know, with kids' height basketball with a very wide basket and just throw balls there, you know, and dunk it. And then they come to the World Cup. It's a regular size basketball. Nobody can reach it, nobody can throw it. So it's similar with our sport, right? And I realized that we really need facilities.
Yeah, you have done amazing work. Hands down. It's without the things you mentioned before, the license and all that thing, you can't even get to the.
Yeah.
You can't even go to the World Cup. We did the same. We needed to get the license and stuff like that. And then I went through the same experience. We go to the World Cup. We started to go to the World Cups before I moved to UK, and we ride only like the same ramps as you have here. And you go there, and you're like, wow. And you can't. You probably can jump it, but to do the same trick on that ramp,
it's not possible.
It seems impossible. And you are even scared. You go on the practice, and everyone's just flying, and your jaw is like somewhere down here.
No, during the practice, you don't do any practice.
Yeah,
you just watch what others do. No practice
just
at all.
Flying, and like it's gnarly. It's like it's so dangerous.
Yeah. So yeah, before even thinking about Bang, I built my private indoor. You know, I built it with my hands. I asked the guys, whoever puts the screw in, come, you can ride for free. You know, it was private because of the circumstances. It was built in. We had the first resi jump. You know, we could train. Many people hold it as the best skate park ever. You know, I don't think it is. It's just a ghetto place with one jump, you know, but it did the job in Kaunas. And after that, I know that with that park, I slightly inspired Martynas Lagauskas to build his own park in Druskininkai, because he helped me build it. He moved to Druskininkai, and then with the municipality, gave him a place to build his own park. And we have a Riders Hive as the first training facility for BMX freestyle for the competition, but it still was very tight and small space, right? It's amazing what he did there. He had resi quarter. It's amazing place. But I realized that Druskininkai is far away. you know, and it's a small place, and we need really to elevate the sport. We need the facilities to train, right? And then I was starting the place, and I found this newly building that has the just right amount of height. Everything is nice. You know, there's enough lighting, or I almost need to do anything, you know.
I remember, Martinas, when we met and we had the discussion about the indoor park and the old building, and you said that, no, we're gonna have the good one, like proper one, with the heating, with the lighting, with everything. So step by step, these things and words coming through. So.
Yeah, and I didn't really ever thought about, you know, making like business out. I just thought about, you know, thinking about the skate park and what we need as a community, what is really necessary. We have Kalvis, who is now called Board Sport Skate Park, who's great. They grew so much community, you know, it's amazing place. They were the first one in Lithuania to build it and then move to other place. And they did a lot, and especially for skateboarding. And we had competitions there as qualifiers to simple session before even. And now we have a second one for core indoor, federation one. I don't have many association with that, but it's already, you know, we have two really strong skateboarding parks, and we don't really have a true transition park where you can train. And how I met Kalvis, and we actually started talking with FourOneFour, is my dream was to build a really big, at least 3,000 square meters of pure skate park, which has foam pit, resis, awesome competition park, street park, everything a rider, any extreme sport, wheeled extreme sport enthusiast would love, right? With the progression levels, enough trampolines to train area awareness, stuff like that. And I started working with municipality on that project, and it seemed like it was going forever, you know, all the bureaucracy, all the stuff, that effort that we need to do, it's prolonging, and the community is growing, and we need it now. The park needs to be now. So I thought, okay, I'm not throwing away the big project, right? But I'm building this one for now until we build the big project. So I signed a 5-year deal for this place, and I said to Kalvis, come on, guy, dude, I have this place. We need to make it really good. Here's the drawings. Now make the best of it, right? And and Kalvis looked at it. At first, it was like kind of but then he got into it. I know, like, because it's, to be fair, it's a really small space to build. I couldn't fit foam pit here. No, I would dream to have extra 12 meters wide to build foam pit here and to make it, but we couldn't. But I think Kalvis showed me the design. You know, I showed him what I want. He made it amazing. And
the building is not very small. It's a nice size building, but yeah, it's not like we can fit everything here. As more time you spend on the design, as more you look at the drawings and more play around, as better you can get it. We could fit a foam pit on one side if we want. We tried to go somewhere in between a training facility that progresses the tricks and the safe environment, between a park that you can ride, an actual park and have flow in it. Because once you fit a big foam box in some corner, it loses a lot. It just steals the flow and the opportunities in the park.
Yeah, we're discussing about whether we want to make this place just a one-sided training facility, you know, to have a foam pit and resi, or do you want to make it in between with resi, but also have a really good flow, so we could have a sense of parks that we're gonna go international competitions and stuff like that, and train overall controllable.
Yeah, we find this balance between a skate park that is a skate park and you can have some flow, training stuff, and then we even find a way how to fit in ramps for beginners that are this height, which is a trick you're gonna probably see after, if they are hidden somewhere behind. But yeah, like I think we find some good balance, and there will be some flow in the park. Surely, as more hips and ball corners you have in the park, as more fun it is. But I think for the space we had, we find some pretty much maximum.
You asked me earlier as well about how skate parks have changed over the years.
Yeah.
Well, when I started, mini ramps didn't exist for a start. It was all vert ramps. So that became a new thing to help with training. But the introduction of foam pits, I think that one of the first was in Woodward. And then the resi there as well. I mean, that was a game changer. You know, it made the sports a lot safer for you to do, you know, crazy backflips and all sorts. I think my younger brother learnt backflips in Woodward. You know, he wasn't even allowed to because there was a certain age limit before you could use the foam pit over there. But he did it anyway. So, but yeah, it's totally changed everything. Definitely for bikes and scooters anyway, you don't see many skateboarders doing backflips.
We didn't go the highest possible ramps. Well, possible is anything, but like currently the biggest ramps, you probably want to go that much higher. But for your local community and the level you are here, I think this is the best possible. This is the best.
Compromise.
The compromise between everything we were looking at. Till the moment the riders get, because most of the scooter riders this would be their best height of the ramps. Yeah, those ramps are big, but
you don't have to go to the top though. They're just for really gaining speed.
For the jump boxes, they're like, this is probably the best you see. And then 5 years later, then we make the big project and we make even bigger ramps. But this is the best, I think. But they are big, like you can train on these ramps and win the World Cups, no problem. Or World Championships, doesn't matter.
You heard him.
This is our idea, this is the goal.
We did a skate park many years ago, myself with 414, down in a place called Bognor Regis, which was the home of Jordan Clark, who became the world champion scooter rider and is now beating BMXs on bikes as well. Yeah, it's incredible.
He just won the one in Junction 4 again.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
Actually, scooter riders, in some year they sometimes change to BMX, and I know Martinas, he was a scooter rider before.
I'm probably been in all sports that comes with extreme sports. I even learned all the water sports too. So
I've seen your rollerblades.
Yeah. So I've done it all. I've done scooters. I was a skateboarder. I had rollerblading. I'm all kinds of mountain biking.
This is amazing.
I have BMX now learning too, and I just love movement. I was parkour guy, so I just love the movement and the expression of extreme sports.
It doesn't really matter what sport you're doing, as long as you go somewhere, you enjoy it. I think that's the main thing first, for me anyway, is enjoyment, you know, and progression. You don't even have to progress as long as if you're enjoying it and not even progressing, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. But most people do want to progress and try the next thing and the next thing.
It's that in our sport there's that progression feeling of purpose also, you know. Some people may think we just jumped around doing crazy stuff, you know, almost breaking our necks. But when you come back home, you feel like you really made a step forward. It's a feeling inside you cannot really explain.
We witnessed that yesterday.
We launched a airbag yesterday, a test ride, and it was amazing. There was a scooter guy who did a double backflip. I was doing myself my dream trick, right? Backflip, tail whip. I never imagined attempting it.
So
now
close.
I was just sending it. I was eating shit, but you know, it's part of the progress. And now I'm sore in my neck and everything.
But you know that those kids went home with a big grin on their face. I was filming one young kid on his mountain bike, and he was trying to learn one-handers and trying to get the hand off further and further and further, and I'd film him. He said, "Can I watch it back?" And he's like, "Yes." He was so happy, And for me, that's the most important thing about building indoor facilities as well. Not only can you train, if you do have a spill, there's someone here to look after you. It's a safe environment, more so than outdoor skate parks. And just knowing that people are happy and going home and it's really positive, it's good for you. It's the best thing in the world, the best job in the world.
And actually kids, they motivate each other. Like, you know, it's not only about the scooter riding or progress, but it's also about the team, about how to build that relationship between the community. So it's also gives that vibe, come and do, and they come and try harder and harder, and you know, you see that friend already did that trick. You do everything to, you know, beat it and do better. So
and you'll see it in skate parks as well. You could have a bunch of BMX riders on a platform, and they're watching a kid on a scooter trying a trick, and eventually when they land it, everyone's clapping. It doesn't matter, you know, because you're happy for them, you know. And even in competition, you're entering a competition to beat someone, but you want them to do really well at the same time.
You don't see it in any other sports.
No.
I haven't never seen anything like that in any other sports, like in extreme sports community. They would hug each other and help each other. Now when the sports got to the Olympics, so BMX and skateboard get into the Olympics, that I saw a little change, because they have coaches now and everyone is in their own coach. But it's still like much love, and they're all friends, and yeah. And also you spoke about how good it is to make this progress and learn new things. These sports are about facing your fear and accepting challenges and getting over the challenges. I haven't seen any extreme sport athlete that's doing bad in his life. It teaches so much. You just, even when you stop riding or move into adult life, you find a way in your life. It's like
transfer those skills over to day-to-day life.
Skills.
I think Jamie said it's a very nice quote from Jim Carrey.
No, it was Will Smith.
Will Smith.
The greatest thing, the greatest things in life are the other side of fear.
Yeah.
okay.
So when you go to the park or you're a rider, every day you face your biggest challenges at wherever level you are, and then you do it again next day and next day.
Yeah, because it's really individual sport, right? But it's everything about it's about community, right? It's about community and getting together. Because for me, it was really downfall when my friends stopped riding, right? We turned 18, they got cars, they got girlfriends, they got different lives, studies. And for me, it was really hard to continue riding just from my own motivation, because I lost that community sense, you know, to share it with someone.
Well, you feed off everyone's energy as well.
Yeah.
If you have a good session and everyone's pushing it and cheering you on, and you need that. You need someone to cheer you on and say, come on, you're so close, you can do it. And then when you do it, and everyone cheers for you, there's no other feeling like it. You know?
Yeah.
But I would say it's a community thing, but also for this community, like BMX also, I think they need some group of people who would support them, like who would bring them to the competitions, who help with everything. So in this case, I see, for example, some riders, I already see that they're losing that motivation, and then I give that, you know, push, just saying, okay, work this 3 months very hard, so we go to Roma, to the wall skate. I'll show you what is next to, out of Lithuania, what the scooter riders, to see, you're gonna see the different community, the world riders, and we know that he's not gonna get the first or top 5 places, but he needs to feel that vibe. He needs to be there to see that, you know, what is going on. So from that side, we also give this push to strive more and to get more and want more. So this is also very important. So in this skate park, we will have Scootering
You could have the
Academy. We will have lessons of BMX.
Yeah.
Could you imagine in a few years' time a Lithuanian BMXer or scooter in the Olympics winning a medal, and then you think, I was part of that. You know, we were part of that.
Well, that's a far-fetched dream, but
Why
I
is
believe
it not far-fetched?
No, this is pretty much all you need.
Of course it's not.
Like from here, you can just skyrocket.
You've
If
already-
you support the kids, what you just mentioned, that the support from the side is important. It is. We just didn't have it before. Nobody took it serious. Now it's like, oh, it's Olympics, let's go. The government helps, everyone helps. But yeah, once you have this park and you can ride all through the year, every raining day, every dark night, and you have a safe learning environment and the right size ramps, that's it.
Martinez, that guy yesterday who did the double backflip, so he learned first backflip to do on concrete on the White Bridge skate park. Right. He just put the mattress, you know. This is the dedication, how, you know, that children, how he's motivated. He's a karate champion from his category in Lithuania, so he had this passion in him.
Well, you know the boy.
Yeah, I know everybody, all the scooter riders here. So yeah, I get you know, on the Mother's Day I get greetings from the scooter riders. Right. So this is amazing too. So yeah, so when you know the riders and you see how they, even on the low environments, motivate themselves and do the crazy tricks, this is show his character, how he's dedicated, and it's amazing. With this ramps, so can you imagine? So he's only 12. So you know, when we're gonna be on Olympics, so we might grow him as a champion.
You need 2 years and he can be on Olympics.
Right, that's why I wanted to ask Kalvis and Jamie. You know, you've been in a sport way longer and experienced that impact these kind of places make, right? And you built those parks and you saw the growth in that area community, right? In people, even Kalvis, you know, when you build a place, he even travels for it, right? To another country, like thousands of kilometers, right? To live totally different life just for the park itself. And I wanted to ask you about, you know, what do you think the impact will be? We touched it a little bit, but in a broader sense of this park.
I mean, yes, as I mentioned, the progress will be incredible, and you'll see it like over the next 12 to 24 months. The tricks will just skyrocket. Like the progress will be enormous, mostly because it's indoor. Secondly, because you have these resi jumps. That is just way better to not risk, even for the pro athletes that are gold medalists. They wouldn't repeat the tricks every day on wooden ramps because it's a necessary risk. You can just keep repeating it on the resi ramp, and just in case you slide out or you slip a pedal or you don't have that much power that day, you don't get an injury that often. It just way more injury-free risk. And you just and because you have this, it's on the roof, a good lighting, and you can ride till 2 at night if you allow.
24/7.
Well, you don't have houses nearby to complain about noise as well here. It's other than the progression side of the skate park, for me the biggest aspect of skate parks is the community that it will create more of. You know, more skate parks around Lithuania. Having been a skateboarder since 1988, I still have the same friends from back then. Even if we don't skateboard anymore, they're all parents who teach their kids to skateboard or to BMX and things. And for me, that's been one of the best things about being involved in extreme sports is, you know, having that community of friends. You go to a skate park to watch a competition or judge a competition, which I've done in the past, and there's friends I haven't seen for years from back in the day, and it keeps you on the straight and narrow as well. Not that I was ever going to go that way, but you know how some children could go down the wrong path, but if they get involved in something like this, you know, and they find focus and they love it, it's incredible. And when you mention impact, I knew a young lad in Chester that his dream was to be a stuntman, and his careers advisor in school said, well, that's ridiculous. You can't be a stuntman. He said, well, I'm going to be a stuntman. And he became a professional BMXer. He was very good. And then in his spare time, he rode a motorbike. And he's now a stuntman in Hollywood. They're doing all the stunt films for James Bond and all that kind of stuff.
Amazing.
But he practiced at a skate park I built. You know, he did all of his backflips there and stuff, and got his riding skills there. So it does make a difference to a lot of people.
Yeah, and I think Jamie wanted to say, you have skateparks already, but a place like this will create a different vibe. There will be more of this community feeling here, because it's a place like this where you can come hang out. Even if you're tired or you are injured, kids will, or athletes will still come over and stand there and watch everyone else ride. In an outdoor park, it doesn't create that feeling all the time, especially in winters with your environment. Yeah.
With the weather we have.
Yeah,
we almost have pretty much weather like in UK. You know, you never know when it's raining.
So yeah, it's
a lot of rain, but not the cold.
We could count the differences, but yeah, this skatepark will have plywood floors. That makes a big difference compared to concrete or tarmac. If you land on the plywood and slide down, the injury is way smaller, and it's much more friendlier. So if there is less risk involved, you're not that scared to try new things and work on the same tricks more often. Sometimes you do one double backflip and you never do it again. You just film it and it's like a click. But if you have a good training facility, you're like, okay, I can do this every day. And then if you commit to the discipline and come train all the time, consistency, then you can go and win that Olympic medal. When you do the trick 1,000 times a year, you can go do it under any pressure.
Declan Brooks said that after we built a training facility and put a resi in for him, and he was doing double backflips in every run in his training, and he goes to Japan, and he said it was easy because it was locked in. Yeah. And he won bronze.
Big difference. Well, that was, we copied the Olympic course.
No, we didn't.
2021.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
It's public. So
Yeah, awesome. And thank you for so much good words, and I hope they come true, you know, when we build it and the community lives in it. And I know you guys are building here, and also mentioned the very good words about the whole build process here, right? And I want to touch it a little bit about that, you know, how it's nice to work with the ground and in this building and stuff.
Yeah, I maybe have built so many parks. I don't know how much ramps and skateparks I have built. I had to start counting them at some point, but I never did. Now it have to be hundreds or thousands of ramps. If we're talking ramps, then it's thousands of ramps. And maybe 1 or 2 times we have built in a new building. And
that's very rare.
Yeah, very rare. And usually you get to build in an old chicken factory, or something that has a lot of old stuff in it, pipes sticking out, roof is not in the right height, or the floor is an angle like that.
Or you have buckets to catch the water whilst you're building.
Yeah.
You need to fix the roof, please.
So this building is almost perfect. It's close to perfect. The floors are level, all the walls are square. We have good lighting. There's even conditioner.
You've ruined it for every other build in the future.
Yeah, I know there are, when you're building in a new building that's being also, in the process of the itself building is finishing, there's lots of, how to say, friction between the company that's building the building and you yourself. And I just want to say really thank you for managing it so well, Kalvis.
And here it was easy compared.
Yeah, because you guys really did amazing job, right? And doing amazing job here. And I don't need to come every day right here because I can trust you, and you will handle everything so nicely. It's been amazing. I've been really happy I chose 414 to build this park, and really, like, I feel like blessed with this choice, you know, like I'm so lucky to meet you, to talk to you and chose you, and it's there's a little part of luck in there. I feel it.
When Martina said that 414 is going to build the ramps, you know, when he said this, it comes at the same time idea that the quality, high standards, big ramps. So this is what we need. So this is really
experience as well, I think, as well. Yeah. You know, knowing what works and what doesn't work. And
a ramp is a ramp. You can put a pallet on a log and jump it, or you can build a ramp that looks similar and nobody will feel a difference. But if you're really passionate about it and you try to find science behind it and make attention on every detail you do, and try to progress every next build you're doing it, there is a big difference at the end that all the users will feel and appreciate.
Yeah, because I'm a bit a picky customer, you would say, right? And when we are doing the design, I was asking many questions, you know, maybe we shouldn't do the spine, maybe we should do the spine. There were many discussions, and you never faltered, you never say no, you know, you never were categorical.
Stop it!
Never lose your cool. You always like, okay, let's do it. And on that moment, you already changed the design in live timing to show how it looks like. We discussed about radiuses. I never, in my head, thought that I cannot trust this guy, or this guy does not know what he's doing. You know, every time I was like, nice, yeah, that's good points. That's good points, you know. And we really made a really good compromise on all these decisions. It was, you know, we talked about why should I invest into the wooden floor, because it's a perfectly nice concrete floor, you know. But you just mentioned it, way safer, it feels nicer, the transition is clean with the ramps.
Yeah, it's a big difference, less noisy,
and it is
less
forgiving.
maintenance.
There's a bounce there to it, you know, a slight bounce.
And your design, I know people saw design already, we posted, right, that you hit the beginner ramps under the roll-in, which is also a very creative way, you know, to implement, because these ramps are definitely not beginner level, but we have a smaller ramps hidden in the roll-in area where we can put it out and make a small skate park right out of it. It's amazing. And the way you showed everything in your files, you know, it's so nice organized. Then, you know, I'm lucky to have the furniture companies who help me with the CNC and the materials. And you also provided it so cleanly and nicely. It's just amazing. You know, all the job was so smooth and nice without troubles. You know, it's probably one of the cleanest projects I will ever have.
Thanks, yeah. It was a bit complicated to fit everything we wanted, what you wanted as well, into such a tight building. Like the construction itself. I worked with Jamie today, and I'm trying to gain 2 millimeters here. We're talking about 30-meter long building.
I'm like, what about if it, no?
And it's like,
no,
because I'm saving like 80 mil there, and then at the end I'm gaining this much between the ramps. That is important for the users.
I have to say, the first thing I noticed when I got to the job was the level of detail that Kalvis had gone into.
Sean said too much. Sean said to Jamie, it's too much detail.
But you said that you're very into the details.
Yeah, so like with other clients, sometimes it's like, they are like, okay, we need a park, we want something like this, and here you go, and they trust us. But behind the scenes, we would do the same, what we discussed with you. We would sit in the office and be like, should we do that, you know? Yeah. So it's always related to the space, budget, and building the right thing for the users. You know, we always try to find the purpose for the right community. You know, that in some places there are more skateboarders or younger riders or more athletes or the purpose of the skatepark itself. So yeah, I think we did
challenging, crazy, but
we also worked with Kristina a little bit. I always showed her, you know, hey, this is
daily meetings.
Yeah, daily meetings. Here are the ramps. How you look? And she's always was amazing. It's changing. It's still amazing. You know.
How did you get into the scooter world? Do you have children that scooter?
Yeah, my son is riding. He rides scooter. So I had my son. I have my daughter. She's not riding.
It's always a dedicated mum that gets involved.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
I've built skate parks for someone's mum. You know, in the past, it's the mum that says, "We want a skate park. We're going to do this," and then the mum gets behind.
That's how John Alley was created.
Yeah, and we discussed with Martinas, and like it was a year ago. We spoke after the last year summer camp when you came first, and I said that we need indoor park. You know. You're gonna make it, we're gonna make it. No, we need to do something because this community is without, without good environment to where to stay and be and work and have the sport. And then we spoke about your big project, and there was a discussion about the time gap. And I was saying like 2 years for kids, it's like. It's too much. It's too big gap to wait. So then Martinas came up with all ideas that okay, let's do it. I'm gonna make it.
Thank you, Martinas.
And this is happening. And all this, you know, there was one day I was driving back home, and we're already building it. You know, all the resi, everything is planned. I got a call from Red Bull. You know. And they're saying, you know, yo, we're moving BMX championship to your place. You know, we need resi removed, and we need it hard. You know, and I was, everything is planned for the resi. You know, everything. Yeah, it's in the middle of this process. In the middle now, like 2 weeks or so ago. You know, and I instantly say to Kalvis, you know, we gotta make this happen. You know, we're having. An amazing weekend. You know, we're opening at August 3rd, and then there's August 10th and 11th. We're having 2 biggest wheeled extreme sports events in Lithuania. We're having 10th is a scooter championship, grand scooter competition.
We expecting like more than 10 pro riders from the Europe, like the brand they're going to send it. So last year we had 5 or 6, so this year we're going to have even more like stars, champions. So.
Yeah, and then the 11th is the BMX national championship, you know, where we're gonna invite also Latvians and all the people around, and from pro riders too. And yeah, and Kalvis, you know, he's the guy who doesn't say, oh no, we're building this, it's all my plan, it's all in the detail. No, he said, okay, I'm sitting here down, and he works all night to make this happen, you know, and he's going, okay, this is the price, this is how we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it. And not only that, he says, this is going to be best, and it's going to be first in the world, this kind of
you made it more complicated when you said, oh, can we do it every year now? Can we just change it in a day and then change it back? And I'm like, oh, God, yes, we can.
Of course.
Yes, we can.
He asked me if before somebody made it, well, we figure out how to make it more modular, so it's not that much hassle, and we can make it like that.
We have converted a resi to a regular ramp, but not one that's you can go back to the resi.
Yeah, like that. So yeah, it's gonna be something like that. I think nobody in the world have done it before.
So that's incredible. Here in Lithuania, in this small country, you know, we're gonna have this kind of possibilities to have a training facility that can turn into real wood facility, and you know, every time on the same ramps you work, and then you ride on the wooden ramps. It's even more progress, you know, in this park.
Yes, definitely.
It's
It's gonna help to make a better preparation for the comps if you have a couple of months in a year with wooden landing. Gives you the confidence.
It's awesome. And then, are we having guests here? What's having? Oh, yeah. And lastly, I wanted to ask you, what are the goal or wishes for the current and future generations you would like to tell and say? And maybe start with Kristina.
I would say, like, not only from the scootering part, maybe in general in extreme sport, that I'm very happy working with you, Martinas, because I see that we see these goals pretty the same, similar, you know, to grow the community and to grow the champions, have fun, enjoy this place, love this place, take care of this place, and have a good time. The sport is also about having a good time. That's how we have this community, have connection with each other. So this is for us very important. So I believe it's gonna be good, and we're gonna do a lot with the events, with the camps, with the competitions, with the riders.
Kalvis?
Yeah, have seen the sport progressing over the last 10, 20 years. I would wish the same progress and even more to keep all these disciplines running. And yeah, I wish you this park lives as long as it needs to be live, and then you have a bigger one, and the community in Lithuania grows and reaches the same levels as are all over the world, and you can go to Olympics and go to all the World Cups in all disciplines, and yeah.
Maybe I could add also that this park is not only for Lithuanian riders. As we travel to Latvia, Estonia,
For us, it's gonna be
so
a target for
I
sure.
already getting a lot of messages from scooter riders from Finland, Estonia, Latvia, that they are so, you know, stressful, waiting while it's gonna be finished, and they really want to come stay for at least for a week and have a good time here. So it's also that everybody is invited, and we always waiting for friends.
Yeah, currently this will be a good destination for the countries around for sure.
Because spot talent is closed.
And there's no other races like this. And,
No.
Well, there are one in Riga, but it's a bit smaller.
Smaller, it's like
yeah, and there are walls.
That part, like
that I don't like that.
Yeah. And the flybox itself is smaller.
Yeah, it's smaller. You can't really do like huge tricks.
but still.
I would echo what you both said as well, and also for the people who come here to support the place. You know, even, you know, I think that you have air conditioning in here, is there? So a lot of skate parks through the summer, when it's nice outside, they're usually a lot quieter. Well, this is air conditioned. You know, come out of the sun, get in here, use your skate park, you know, support the place, keep it clean and tidy, follow the rules of the skate park. You know, if you say don't do this, don't do that, don't draw on ramps with marker pens, and you know, and have fun and just love it.
Enjoy.
Yeah,
Thank you for kind words. For this part.
yeah. What a legend.
Yeah, I wish, you know, we have so many opinions, arrogance sometimes in people, you know, and I just wish that all the communities, whatever wheeled sport you are in extreme sports, we're all in the same boat, you know, we are all riding, having the same amount of fun doing our sport. It's the same representations of ourselves, you know, it's pretty much the cultures may differ a bit, histories may differ a bit, but we're the same people doing pretty much the same thing, you know, and it doesn't matter, maybe this park is more transition, you don't need to hate it more, right? There are many places that's more street-based, you know, and it's just not possible for us to build everything for everyone, but let's just share that joy together, you know, and not fight over it, but help each other. And I have nothing against street riders or any, you know, I'm a biker myself, but I love skateboarding. I still do hill flips, I still do 180s, I still jump over skateboards with it. I love taking any sport, you know. So let's just get together and create a really amazing community here in Lithuania and in the Baltics and all over the world, you know. Let's put aside our differences and be strong with our similarities.
Stronger when you unite.
Yeah.
That's the only way to grow.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. And we'll be building the park, and we'll be waiting for you on August 3rd when we open, and come see the grand weekend of competitions we're having in 10th and 11th. Yeah.
Cool.
See you.
See you.